Now, your first look at high school football scores and highlights from across the valley with Mo Carter and Hannah Olavino. This is First Down Friday night on WZDX, sponsored by Northeast Alabama Community College and Bojangles Chicken and Biscuits.
Good evening, everyone. First Down Friday night is back once again with Mo Carter and Hannah Olavino, and we're getting ready for a very exciting Week 9 that's full of great matchups.
Several teams are playing for a regional title while others are fighting for a home playoff game in the first round.
Austin, the #1 team in Class 6A, was in a winner-take-all situation against Muscle Shoals, and that's where we'll kick things off tonight in the Shoals region. Of course, first place on the line and playoff implications, all kind of things going on. And Austin wasted no time rolling with it. Their quarterback, Paxton Montgomery, throws the long pass to Tony Norman. He picks up 30 yards on the play. That will lead to this. Montgomery hands it off to one of his great running backs, is Antonio Robinson. He finds the end zone for a score. Austin on top, 7-0. We're still in the first. Paxton Montgomery looking for a man, and guess who he's looking for? Auburn commit Asa Martin. This guy can not only run the ball real well, he can actually catch the rock too. That's a 35-yard pickup. On the very next play, let's just give it to Asa Martin. Breaks a few tackles, and he is gone. See you later. Black Bears increase their lead to 14-0. Now, just before the second quarter, Paxton Montgomery throws it deep to guess who? It's Asa Martin. Watch him stiff arm a man. Get off me, and he is gone. 89-yard forward score, 21-0 in the first quarter. Black Bears cruise to a first place win in this battle of for the region. Austin goes on to win 42-14. Next week, Austin will play host to Athens, while Muscle Shoals, they'll play host to Decatur. Now, Athens, they are clinging on to that third place in the region. They needed a win tonight to clinch a playoff spot in the Class 6A. Tonight, they took on Hazel Green. On the Golden Eagles' first possession, quarterback Logan Smothers finds Miles Fuel for the very short pass, but Fuel makes a few quick moves and races down the field for an intensive and massive gain right there. Athens would push the ball closer, and now on 4th and 1 from the 1, Logan Smothers decides to keep the ball for himself and scampers to the end zone, finding pay dirt, puts the Golden Eagles up 6-0. Now, Hazel Green, they would get the ball back, but then Athens would come up with an interception. A few plays later, Smothers throws it to Bryson Kirk, who confuses the defense as he finds Braden Gross wide open in the end zone. They go up 13-0 at that point. Let's check out your final, everybody, as Athens goes on to win 29-12. Next week, Hazel Green will play host to Florence, while Athens will take on Austin.
Hartselle is in a must-win situation tonight at Decatur. With a win, the Tigers will still be in the race for a playoff spot, but a loss will likely eliminate them from the postseason. Now, Decatur won't be going to the playoffs either way. This has been a tough season for the Red Raiders, but that doesn't mean they aren't giving it their all. On the opening drive of the game, Decatur isn't wasting time. Trenton Duper keeps it and picks up the first down. Later, he fakes the handoff and passes it to big man number 95, Davian Moore, in the end zone for the Red Raider touchdown.
Gotta love those linemen touchdowns.
You really do. They're always so excited. So Hartselle gets the ball back. They're trying to make something happen, but it is picked off. Joshua Marsh takes it down there the other way, and Decatur capitalizes. He fakes the handoff, and he gets the job done himself, getting it into the end zone there. Decatur takes the early 14-0 lead, and the Red Raiders are going for the upset, Mo. And they pull it off, winning 24-13. Next week, Hartselle will host Columbia, and Decatur will travel to Muscle Shoals.
That makes things very interesting in the rest of that region for Class 6A.
We'll have to see how it plays out. All right, last night, Florence made the trip to Huntsville to face Columbia. The Falcons jumped out to a 13-0 lead in the first. Then Gilmore takes the direct snap, stiff arms a defender, and races 80 yards down the sideline for an Eagles touchdown. They go for 2 and get it. So the Falcons now only have a 5-point lead, but they respond with a long drive that's capped off by Armani Goodwin, taking it 24 yards to the end zone. And Florence goes up 20-8. In the second quarter now, Columbia with the ball. Cameron Lopez Throws the swing pass to Zion Dobbins, but
that's a live ball.
It falls to the ground. They don't know it's live though. And the Falcons, they recover and they score on the next play and cruise to a big victory. Florence went on to win 62-8. Next week, Florence will travel to Hazel Green and Columbia will play at Hartselle.
All right, everyone, don't forget, we're on social media at Mo Carter WZDX, at Hannah WZDX. You know the drill. Send us a tweet. We might lead it later on the show. Now, we're just getting started here on First Down Friday night. When we return, we've got more action coming your way from all across the Tennessee Valley. Some more games with playoff implications as well. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to First Down Friday night. It's time for Mo Carter to tell us who is worthy of our Spirit of the Week this week, Mo.
All right, when it comes to Spirit of the Week, it's Bow time. Thanks to the wonderful people at Bojangles tonight. Spirit of the Week winner goes to the team that loves the color blue. We're talking about the Florence Falcons Big Blue Band. They show a lot of spirit. The band is under the direction of Terry Ownby. Sydney Grisette is the drum major, and Caitlin Burbank is the field commander. The band has earned numerous honors, and recently at the North Alabama Band Invitational, to receive all ones and a best-in-class 3A honor as well. Congratulations to the Florence High Marching Band. They are our Spirit of the Week.
The Randolph Raiders are coming off a bye week and are tied with Sardis and Madison Academy for first place in 4A Region 7. Tonight, Randolph is playing at DAR. The Raiders beat the Patriots big last year in the second. Randolph is up 14-7 and trying to add to their lead before the half. Jeffrey Copeland throws to Samuel Kimmel, but it's deflected by Braden Lewis. But if you fail once, try again. Copeland connects with Samuel for a gain of 15 yards this time and the first down before he is brought down. And later, Colton Scoggins makes the catch and breaks a few tackles on his way into the end zone, and the Raiders go up 21-7. Let's go to the final. Randolph wins it 34-21. Next week, Randolph will host Sardis and DAR will host Madison Academy.
I'm pretty sure that Randolph-Sardis game will probably be for the region title, depending on what happens the rest of the way.
It'll be interesting. To Wilson at Priceville, the Warriors are in a battle for the region title, while the Bulldogs won't be going to the postseason this year. In the second, Wilson leads 24-0 when Priceville recovers on the punt, and they are held out of the end zone, but they get a field goal, so they're on the board. The Warriors respond, though. Tucker Brown goes deep and finds Mark Motes to put them in great field position. And a few plays later, Brown hands it off to number 32, and he gets into the end zone, no problem. And Wilson widens their lead 31-3, and they go on to win 52-17. Next week, Wilson will host Rogers, and Priceville will play at Danville.
In Class 5A Region 8, May Jemison and Brooks have locked up the top two spots already. Following them are Lawrence County and Lee. The winner of tonight's game will grab third place in the region. Let's take you out to Lewis Cruz Stadium for all the action. We'll pick things up in the second quarter. Lee is down 6-0, but they're ready to go on a nice long drive. Their quarterback, Noah Watkins, steps back to pass, and the southpaw finds Chris Reed, and Reed will do the rest, shaking defenders, breaking tackles, and gets all the way deep inside of Red Devil territory. Now, 2 plays later, Lee goes back to Reed on a wide receiver reverse, but Colton Johnson snubs it out and actually tackles him for a loss. So now, Lee facing fourth down, under a minute to go in the half. Watkins rolling out. You know he wants to find Reed. Hannah, watch this wonderful catch. I got to slow it down. He makes the catch, tippy toes into the end zone for a touchdown. Go ahead, boy. That's a touchdown right there for the Lee Generals, and the referee says it as well. 7-6 at the half. Let's check out your final score as Lee goes on to win by a final of 21-6. Next week, May Jemison will take on Lawrence County, while Lee will take on St. John Paul. Let's take out the Highway 72 down. Lauderdale County playing host to Colbert Heights down there in a 3A battle. It's homecoming on a very cool night in Rogersville. We'll pick things up in the first quarter. Lauderdale County's got the ball. They're facing 4th and goal. Michael Brown tries it with the keeper, but he is denied. James Pratt leads a host of Wildcat defenders on the tackle. So Colbert Heights would actually go 3 and out, leading to this as Brown rolls right, finds Levi Greer, and Greer will find the green end zone for a score that puts the Tigers on the board 7-0. And guess what? The student section is loving it. But the lead doesn't last long. On the ensuing drive, big Chandler Dillon takes the handoff, breaks a few tackles, and he will not be denied the end zone, but he makes a mistake. Watch him spike the ball right here, so he gets a personal foul. They have to actually kick it off 15 yards further back at that point in time. It was 7-7 after 1. Let's check out your final score. Colbert Heights goes on to win by a final 28-13. Next week, Lauderdale County will play Colbert County, while East Lawrence will take on Colbert Heights.
We have to take a quick break. When we come back, we continue Friday night action with Alexandria at Guntersville and a lot more highlights from other games around the Tennessee Valley. Stay with us.
For a team, send it to us right now. Let's get back to the highlights on First Down Friday night on WZDX.
Welcome back. There's still more high school football action coming up, but first we have to talk about our Week 7 MVP.
Absolutely. Last week against Madison County, the Madison Academy defense got off to a good start to put the offense in great position, and once that happened, Luke Nail worked his magic on the playing field.
Madison Academy quarterback Luke Nail threw 3 touchdown passes and ran for another in the Mustangs' 40-7 victory over Madison Academy. Who were they playing?
They were playing Madison County.
County. It says County. That can't be right. Anyway, the win along with a loss by Sardis puts the Mustangs back in the race for a region title. Luke is happy to receive the award, but of course he was happier to get a win.
Well, it's a team. We play as a team, and I thought they just did a great job, and I was happy for them for doing as well as they did.
He had a very good game, Friday. Our offense did well, and Luke was a big part of that, getting the ball in the right places, making good decisions.
Now, if you think you know an athlete that is deserving of our First Down Friday Night MVP award, just send us an email at firstdownmvp@rocketcitynow.com with the player's name, school, position, and the most important thing of all, Hannah?
Stats.
There you go. All right, and we will announce the winner every Wednesday night right here on WZDX.
This evening in Guntersville, sole possession of second place in 5A Region 7 is on the line as the Wildcats host Alexandria.
All right, now the overall series is tied at 3-3 after Alexandria won last year's game by 11 points. Could Guntersville prevail tonight? Well, they were trying to put on the first score of the board as we see the dancing Wildcats. Gotta love the mascot, Jake Wisner. He is intercepted by Nate McCallum, and McCallum picks up some decent yardage right there as the Guntersville coaching staff trying to keep the team motivated. This time, Guntersville at the goal line. Wisner hands it off to Kyle Copalupo, and he gets across the goal line for the first score of the game. Wildcats go on top 7-0. Now this time, the Wildcats making up for the turnover with a swift kick. And guess what? It'll actually be recovered by Capalupo. There he is. Yes, y'all didn't think I was going to say his name right. I've been getting it going. I've been actually sitting here going over pronunciation situations. Now, Javon Minson, he is definitely excited behind that one. They try to get into the end zone again, and there it is. Let's check out your final score, everyone. Guntersville goes on to win via shutout tonight over Alexandria. Final score is 17-0. Next week, Guntersville will play at Arab.
Bob Jones hosting Grissom tonight. The Patriots are in second place in 7A Region 8, while the Tigers are no longer in the hunt for a playoff spot. In the first, Bob Jones on the move. Caden Rose finds DeMontrez Brown, who fights for every yard he can get before going out of bounds. A few plays later, and Rose hands it off to Brown, and he runs to the outside and in for the touchdown, and the Patriots go up 7-0. Still in the first, Rose goes long, and guess who catches it? That's right.
I bet you it's Brown.
It's Brown. He's just doing it all tonight for Bob Jones. Let's go to the final. Bob Jones goes on to win 21-0. Grissom will host Sparkman next week, and Bob Jones will play at Buckhorn.
Let's stay in that region. Huntsville playing host to Hewitt-Trussville in a very tall order right here. Of course, Hewitt-Trussville, a top 5 team in Class 7A, and they've got a quarterback who has a very, very famous great-grandfather. We're talking about Paul Tyson. He play fake here to Elliot McElwain. 52-yard touchdown, 7-0 Huskies. And if we haven't told you before, Paul Tyson is the great-grandson of the Bear, Paul Bryant, former Alabama coach, legendary Alabama coach. Huntsville trying to respond now, but they come up short. Jackson Colbert finds Zach Strange, but he's tackled short of the first down marker. Panthers are forced to punt. Next Huskies possession, Tyson on the play fake, and he's got another deep ball, and he's got dazzling Worsham for a 42-yard touchdown. Huskies on top, 14-0 after that. Let's check out your final. Hewitt-Trussville goes on to beat Huntsville by a final of 45-3. Next week, Huntsville will take on Gadsden City.
Sparkman hosting Gadsden City tonight with a playoff spot on the line. We will pick it up in the third quarter. Sparkman is up 17-6. Devin Kimbrough connects with Nathan Gunn for a big gain. He takes it all the way into the red zone. A few plays later, Kimbrough keeps it, and he finds Pater taking it in for the touchdown, and Sparkman goes up 24-6. And later, the Senators' defense comes up big. Jalen takes the handoff, and he is stripped, and Justin Thatch comes up with the ball, and Sparkman would score a few plays later. And Sparkman goes on to win 38-13. The Senators are heading to the playoffs next week. Sparkman will play at Grissom. Albertville taking on Fort Payne tonight, and Albertville will take the win with a final score of 16-7 next week. Albertville will host Southside, and Fort Payne will travel to Pell City.
Let's take a look at some of your other Week 8 action scores from around the way. Sardis goes on to beat Madison County 21-14, while Madison Academy comes up with a victory over North Jackson 26-22. We still got a three-way tie in that region.
All right, Brooks takes down St. John Paul II 67-7, and West Morgan beats Elkmont 46-9.
Decatur Heritage beats Summerton Christian 21-0, while Clements beats East Lawrence 17-0.
James Clements takes down Buckhorn 33-7, and Scottsboro beats Boaz 30-14.
Some other scores to tell you about: Geraldine beats New Hope 45-6, and Mae Jemison has no problem with Ardmore. All right, we've wrapped up our high school segment of First Down Friday night. When we return, we've got college previews coming your way, including the third Saturday of October preview. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Welcome back. It's time to switch it up and get to some college football action.
We're getting ready for the third Saturday in October. It is upon us, and that means Alabama renews their rivalry with the Tennessee Volunteers. Now, the Vols are another team that Nick Saban has never lost to during his decade of dominance in Tuscaloosa. Tennessee had high expectations this season, but they're still winless in conference play. The most recent defeat came last week to South Carolina.
Auburn is on the road tomorrow at Arkansas. The Tigers still don't know which Razorbacks quarterback they'll be facing, with Austin Allen still not ruled out. Auburn could see backup Cole Kelly, who is getting more comfortable at the helm after starting at Alabama last week. Auburn is the 15-point favorite tomorrow.
The UNA Lions are getting ready for a tough road game at Central Washington. The Wildcats are undefeated so far this season, while the Lions are 3-3. The Lions are coming off of back-to-back wins in conference play, so they hope to carry the momentum over 2,000 miles away from home this weekend.
Jacksonville State will be playing up north tomorrow at Eastern Illinois. The Gamecocks are looking to extend that OVC win streak to 28, but it'll be a challenge. The Panthers are also undefeated in conference play. Kickoff is set for 2 p.m.
And that'll wrap up things here on First Down Friday night, the Week 8 edition. If you missed any part of the show, head over to RocketCityNow.com/sports to rewatch the show. I say maybe in about 30 or so minutes. For Hannah Alavito, I'm Mo Carter. Have a great weekend. We'll see you next week.